All right, there's Dan here. I'm gonna do some out-of-body meditation, remote viewing. Remote view. There's a secret military space program station between Jupiter and Saturn. It's like I talked about it before on one of my previous videos about a year ago. It's like a docking station in a way that's like a ocean buoy, like research facility in a way. Have you ever seen those things before out there in the ocean? But oceanic, they monitor the oceanic currents. Well, this one's in space. It's not that big. It's like they have all sorts of SETCOM links and all sorts of type of satellite around Jupiter and Saturn. There's more than what you believe. And then there's like these buoys that are that the ships dock to, and it's not a big giant one, but I have seen one of those, and they're not in our solar system. They're in the one that has the not Cygnus, the one that looks like a bear. I did a huge thing about it, mapped it all out on my Facebook page about a year ago. I went into every star system of the one that, excuse me, one the bear. I'm ready to go in this out of body meditation. Drink some more water here. I've been meditating about 20 minutes already. I just want to see if there's any cigar-shaped ships, any plans for liberation coming soon. So I'm gonna get my helmet on because you never know what's out there, boys and girls. You never know what's out there. Not yet. You never know who's friend or foe, right? When they land or when they just hover. We'll know. There's gonna be a big armada coming after us. Not coming after us, just they're gonna be hovering. Big massive ships. And then all the little ones flying around. Out-of-body meditation is very well disciplined. I had it when I was going through my meditation practice in a class for 8 years of traditional Buddhism meditation. Brought me to awakening state. Well, before awakening, I have the symptomatic symptoms of awakening, went back to class, and then meditated in mindfulness, traditional Buddhism meditation, and boom, out-of-body meditation occurred. High level clarity consciousness. No thoughts, no emotions, no mind, of the conscious mind. Okay? So the mind is calm, the mind is sharpened. So I learned how to sharpen it very well. Every SSP agent or operator, I should say, should know how to sharpen their mind very well. So, out-of-body controlled remote viewing is high clarity consciousness. Getting to a point of meditation to understand how to hold clarity and tension within the mind. Not even like, wow, nothing like that. Nothing, like complete structure and control of the mind. As you're breathing and progressing with repetition breath work. Using energy, rising up into the state, into the third eye, but using it, intentionally using it. Like I said before, a lot of my other meditations and disciplines towards understanding to teach this, excuse me, requires understand chi, life force, and how it flows through the body naturally. How you can enhance the center systems and breathe within the intention of them, and expand them, contract them, so they can grow stronger, so your life force can be better, really, enhanced. So bringing an enhance of chi to a certain point within this very deep state of clarity, you rise energy, and you do want to set a waypoint. Now the waypoint is one image. Okay, one image. Okay, that's it. So you want to structure and strengthen the intention of one image. So that's a whole nother practice. And there's also, to understand out-of-body meditation, remote viewing, you need to understand sensory perception. So I would work on telekinesis practices like what's on my Patreon, and learn how you can strengthen the intention of the perception of your mind. So I'm going to go in meditation now, and I'm going to really try to explain things. Sometimes they're I already just said it. Mushy mouth. Okay, because I really want to hold clarity. I want to explain what I'm seeing, but I don't want to add any thought. So I'm gonna go into it. It's gonna open into that tunnel vision. It's gonna expand within the intention. Okay, by using breath intention. That's it. I'm not like using my thoughts to guide me into the stream state. No thoughts, clarity, intention. That's it. So the tunnel, okay, of enlightenment, expanding to the full enlightenment stage. Okay, ether connection, energy, intention, full blown matrix reality. As I progress more and more in it, more matrix realities pop into play, more perception, touching, smelling, really more clarity pictures of things. Now I can only stay in this state for between half an hour to 20 minutes, 45 pushing it, because you want to maintain clarity, you want to maintain what you're seeing visually, and you don't want to add any type of anything in there. No emotions, no thoughts of emotions, nothing. If you're looking for a particular target, you use data perception before your practice, then you go into it. So you always meditate 20 minutes before, use data perception in a photo or an object that you want to find. That one person, that might be that one object that person is you're looking for. Maybe it's for instance, like a dog toy. You want to find the dog. Here's the toy. Okay. You use this data perception, visual perception, sensory perception to absorb this into the subconscious. You don't think about what you're not fine. I think he's over here. People use that way too much in consciousness. This is called consciousness, not thinking here. So you gotta get rid of the whole concept of thought within meditation. Okay? And for the skeptics, go back to drinking and watching sports, okay? It's not for you. And being a couch potato, okay? But for the people that really want to learn these practices, it's about getting to the clarity intention of meditation, working in the intention of breath, repetition, breathing in the nose and out the mouth, always out the mouth. Keep your tongue top of the roof of your mouth so you can have that transformation of life force, feeling life force, chi moving through your body, even setting the intention where you can move it through the body. Very important to learn those practices and also understand sensory perception, visual perception, memory perception, because it's real critical that you remember the things you've seen in astral projection meditation, because when you come back, kind of drained from the experience, you want to remember what you saw. So when you come back and you're worn out, possibly I'm worn out from a lot of my practices, you write down, you record yourself, voice record, video record, draw things, and there you go. You never process when you're in that dream state. You never think. And the reason why you never do this stuff, because the dream state fogs up. And for me, being a very disciplined practitioner, I can relate to the vibration of thought and the vibration of what is not my thoughts, a connected ether energy of connection. And there's like this, energy that slowly, starts embedding itself together. So my thoughts and my emotions are now embedding in the dream state and kind of like changing it, or like, bleeding into it in a way that's just like, it's getting like foggy. It's not exactly clear. And when that happens, you can go back to the body and you feel it. And, it might take you another 5-10 minutes to just get over the feeling of being drained, and then go back into the experience. It's a lot of work. This is the Akashmi records. It don't come from no tarot card, okay? Stop listening to tarot card scam artists. Those con artists. Those are people that setting the intention and manifesting. Well, for instance, they're just basically car salesmen, used car salesmen, and they're good at their job. It's a job. They want to get money, and it might have some intuitive understanding, but it's not the real Kashmi records. They're setting those paths for you. I'm setting my own path, and look where I am today. Okay? Okay. So I'm slowly feeding the energy into there, slowly. It's like it's like going on a trip with your car and your family. You gotta fill up the gas tank before you travel to your destination, right? So, make sure you have a good amount of chi before you do this. Don't be tired, don't be worn out, don't be drowsy, okay? You wanna maintain clarity, no thoughts. You breathe real slow, you can actually control your own heart rate. This is more for the advanced meditators, so you can try it if you're a beginner. I don't think it's gonna work for you, but for more advanced meditators, it's gonna work. I see streams of light, blue and light, white. That means I'm getting to the tunnel, getting to the the afterlife, the matrix dimension. Okay, and slowly, it's like blue here with a streak. Okay, I really want this. But mostly sometimes you'll see this form. This is the portal above your head and crown. You'll see this, your eyes closed. And then with breath intention, you want to breathe like this into it. Using intention awareness with your eyes closed. So you're pulling this cloud down. And I get better and better and better at it. Eventually you'll see the cosmic, stars and, planets. Well, not really, just stars, the whole, constellations and, the Milky Way. This takes courage because it is scary. You want to avoid spinning, you want to avoid colorations and dots, you want to just maintain that tunnel of expansion. And it takes a little bit to expand it. A little practice. As you're breathing into it. You want to squeeze that navel by sinking and squeezing your abs a little bit and bringing up the energy through your shoulder, your heart, throat, into your third eye, expanding your crown slowly. It's a process. All the visual perception of an image, or where you want to travel to, just one image. Expand that image. Top of your crown. Breathe into that image. That image is energy. I don't care what anybody tells you. You can use it to your advantage. Don't try to force it. Just be at ease with it. Be one with it. You are a particle of light, and so is it. We're equal. You can access it. It's available to you. at the buoy. And it's not here. There's another one. They must replace it with a bigger one. It's large. It's massive. It's a space station. Looks like gears stacked together. Big ring in the center. Little gears go up. Each little part of the gear is a docking station for a ship. A cigar-shaped ship. The big ones and the bigger rings around it. I can only see half of the space station. It looks like at least 7, 8, maybe a quarter of the circle of the gears space station. Structured domes around it. They're domes, kind of like there's 6 domes on each. Or maybe that's. It's made out of looks like concrete, but it's not concrete. It's like a beige color, lights, and very elaborate. Kind of moving away from it, going upward towards as it's going down. There's antennas, like huge antennas at the top, those 6 or 7 antennas. Massive antennas. You're talking about like skyscraper size. I'm losing it. I'll go back to it. I'm floating downward. And that's like buoy, just like floating out in space. It's wild. I feel like I hit it. Actually, I'm going into it. It's a massive structure. Superstructure, buoy, space station. I'm going into one of the halls, the ports, right, for medium-sized aircraft. It looks like a parking structure, almost like you see giant, huge columns. Big. There's all these docking ships here. There's thousands of them. Some are saucers. Some are medium-sized triangle-shaped craft. Some are like this. There's blue lights on the top, red lights, kind of like a slate floor. With shielding detectors. There's a lot of guys. Standing tall, humanoid, humans, ET's like. Looks like the Federation. No reptilian here. It's a Federation army. I didn't see a planet. I don't know where it was. It could have been our solar system, could have been another one. Oh man, I'm very drained. I was like this. I come to it, rings around it, big ring like a, like a gear, another gear, then these, like, it's hard to explain. I can draw it later. I'll post it later on my Instagram. I'll draw it later. I got it in my head. There's the big cigar-shaped ships that are at least 16, well, no, not 16, like 6 or 900 feet long, maybe bigger. I was seeing it from a down bird's eye view as the buoy was like this, but really I was like that. So I was traveling upward and I was losing it. And I had to breathe, draw into the intention, and it kind of brought me all the way down, like I'm floating all the way down, horizontal with it. So only seeing like, maybe like this side. Okay. I didn't see this back over here. But I know I looked the same. But like, knowing that was probably like 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna try to imagine my mind here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I would say like, 10 big, massive cigar-shaped ships, massive. And then there's another one that had like these little docking ships, and they did have like rails come out like that and hook onto it, so they come out like that. Sort of like that movie Starship Troopers. You know how they go into that little port? It was like that. And then I got sucked into the cavity of it, like inside the thing, and it was like, how you see in like underground parking lots where these like this, the concrete pillars like that. It was like that, blue lights around, or LEDs, black ceilings, black slate ground. Sort of like the Star Wars thing. Star Wars, how they come into the Death Star, and or like any type of other big ships. It was like that, but it was huge and it had all these columns, like sort of you see in like a giant, huge warehouse, or like a huge concrete structure or parking deck. It's like that. And there's all these ships, like almost saw like 30 ships on one side, all like stacked neat, and like how aircraft, military aircraft, like stacked their planes and the helicopters and all the bombers. It's like that. So they had like the saucers, they had the triangle shaped crafts, they had these, like, they're like this. And then they had like the transports, those smaller, like ACPs and tanks. They have ACPs, I know that for a fact. And all their other type of like drone equipment, and like they have these like comes out like that on the Star Wars, or like you see, and they have like they're like helicopters in a way, but they fly like really fast. And then they what I saw was like, when I'm trying to survey, and I was like, I saw all two-legged creatures and stuff. Then I looked at it. I was like bird's eye, coming down as I'm ready to be right there, like right next to them. Kind of scares me because I feel like they're gonna see me sometimes. I have beings seeing me in the out of body. It's really creepy. I don't know how they do that. So I get really scared sometimes. I pop out of it. And when I saw it was not reptilians. It was humanoid humans and like other alien beings alike. And And that's a Federation army. That's no enemy, reptilian evil gray thing. That's like when you see humans, it's like it's and you see Federation stuff. Yeah, that's I've seen Federation stuff before. It's a Federation, and that could have been replaced from the old docking type, thing I was talking about earlier. It sucks because you're just like a particle of light of just viewing, things in action. It's wild. It's a wild experience, out of body meditation. Completely awesome. To go back into that, there's a couple techniques I have found through ancient Qi Gong practices to jump back into the same dream state matrix. I'm not going to share those here. You can look for those on my Patreon. Thanks for checking in. Looks like the Federation might make its move soon. Please subscribe, check out my Patreon, check out my Instagram, follow me on Facebook. Catch you later, guys and girls. Make sure you man up, level up too. You can learn the telekinesis and neurokinesis abilities. You can't just talk about this stuff. You got to practice it, right? Practice makes you the real deal. Makes you a real galactic mastery. You learn from a master and a real secret space program operator.